you start off wide, right? With all these options and choices.
Me, I'm looking for substance. So if you can't come with a substance level of conversation, I have no interest.
Okay.
You black man taking the liking of how my lifestyle is living and how I'm going, man, and you being intrigued, man. That's very humbling for me, man.
The only thing I like to tell people ahead of time is like, if it's something that's controversial, or you're trying to like create some type of like, or incite some type of action, negative action from someone, and, I
Right.
just let people know like, hey, if I put this podcast out and it starts to gain a lot of negative traction from people, then I have to pull it. Because I can tell right now what you are telling me, at least to you,
Yes, sir.
is 100% real because there's no way that you could sit here this long and tell a
Yeah.
story and tell these stories and have it mesh so well with the flow of a conversation.
This is true, 100% true. I'm not going to waste anybody's time, not your time or anyone's. If it's not real, man, I want to hear it, man.
Cody,
I
Cody,
want to
right?
know. Yeah, I want the real stuff, man, because I'll read through the bullshit. Honestly,
Yeah.
um, there's a girl. Her name's Crystal. I don't know her last name. She's at this time I was dating a lot of girls and stuff, and she's one of the girls that was coming over to my house and stuff, and so I tell this girl about the video, and she's like, John, I don't know about that. I said, well, come over, man. I said, come over. I said, come over. I'll show it to you and stuff. She goes, man, I ain't scared of them bitches, is what she said. I said, well, bring your ass over. And so she's, all right, I'll be over here just a little bit. So I had a pep talk with the house. This is how involved I was. I said, okay, guys. I said, she's coming over. I said, I need y'all to turn up for me, show out when she gets here. Man, this day right here, when you think that they need shit was what I captured was mind fucking. This right here fucked me up. Okay, so this is what happened. So she comes in the house. She's and asked her to pick me up a 12 pack of Ziegenbach. I like Ziegenbach, and so she picked me up some beer. And so she comes in the house. She's like, "What's up, bitches?" Like that. I said, don't do that. Do not do that. I said, "You don't get these things pissed off at me, or you gonna have something following you home. This ain't no game." And so I popped up with a beer. I down a beer. I throw her a beer, and then I grab another beer and I say, "Hey, let's go to my room." So we go to my room. And I sat down on that black leather thing at the foot of my bed. And I scoot over for her to sit down. And she goes, no, she goes, I'll stand like that. I said, what, you catching pussy now? What? I said, you were tough a little bit ago. And she's like, nah, she goes, just show me. When I showed her the video, her brain could not comprehend it. She was like, that's not real. I was like, dude, I don't know how to video edit. This is real. This is my bedroom. This is real. And so she's looking at it. I said, you know what? I'm gonna show you something. How you bend your vision, right? Because I told her in this house, in that house I lived in, man, you can constantly see things moving around, constantly. People walk around. Man, I got one picture, and that's in that galaxy as well. You got me. I'm looking at this entity. I'm filming. No. I'm looking through my phone off the reflection of my TV. There's something in my corner, right? And all of a sudden it moves. It's like lunges at me, right? And so all of a sudden it takes off running at me. And so I'm running, I take off running, and I snap a picture of the reflection of the TV. And what I captured was this fiery entity. He's got his arm around my neck and he's looking right into the TV like, hey, I know what you just did. You took a picture of me. This is crazy. So, but it gets crazier. So when she comes over, I sit down, I show the footage. She can't comprehend. Her brain is like she can't process it. She's like, that's not real. And I was like, it is real, very real. And so I showed her how to bend a vision. And so what I did was I had my phone and I told her, look, I just want you to look through my phone. We're going to look off the reflection of my 64-inch flat screen TV, and we're going to just look around the room. And I'm going to just tell me what you see. And she's like, all right, man, just show me, right? So she's kind of, like just trying to rush me on, right? And so this is what happened, okay? As I picked the phone up, I had my phone up, we're looking through it, All of a sudden, I put my phone down. I said, Crystal, you don't believe in this type of stuff. I'm showing you. Alien one just jumped in my mirror. The other one ran through the wall. I said, but you just don't want to believe it. Some people are so shut off that you can show it right to their face. They're so closed off because honestly, they're just scared for one thing. They don't want to accept the truth of what's all around us.
Yeah.
They're all around us, and energy attracts. Everything is energy and vibration. And so, if whatever type of vibration you're kicking out, energy you're kicking out, that's what you're going to attract. Even joy attracts. It attracts entities, demonic entities. But let me get back to the story at hand. Is that I'm showing. So as I'm starting to show her, and I put the phone down, and I said, "Hey," I said, "I'm gonna warn you right now that what you possibly can see could probably change your life forever." I said, and so she's like, "Man, just show me." So I was like, "All right." So I held my phone up. We're looking through it. All of a sudden, she takes her hand, she pushes my phone down. And I thought she was checking it out. But what she said was, "Here." No, she was using my phone. She thought something was up with my phone. That I was doing something with my phone that was capturing these things. And that wasn't the case. And so she turns her phone on, video, record. Immediately, right behind her, I call him Albert Einstein. And he looks like Albert Einstein. He's silhouette like a ghost. And he comes out of the wall behind her with his mouth open. And he has his mouth open. I said, "Crystal," I said, "Look." And when she looked over her shoulder, and she looked back. She goes, "I see him." Right? Now, this shit gets way deeper. And all of a sudden, off the reflection of the TV, I see something beside me. Okay? And when I turn, it's the only way I can describe this dude. So, man, he looked like a freaking skinhead Nazi is what he looked like. He was white, and he was fully manifested. I turned my phone directly on this entity. This thing is looking up at me. I promise you I'm not a psych patient. This is what I went through. It did do some damage to me. So, I'm trying to balance. I'm just now getting balanced to myself because I'm just now getting to where I can get my story out. Sure. And to hold all this in, to hold it all in it's insane. Then you got your family and stuff like that, friends and stuff that they kind of shun on you a little bit like that until they start seeing the material and stuff. And
Okay, so after that, did she leave or?
oh, no. It turned up. So this is what happened. Remember, I had a pep talk with the house. I said, "I need y'all to show out for me." What shocked me was usually demons don't do that, because in order for them to possess you, they infest. They'll infest your home. They'll reveal themselves. Okay. Then you have isolation, infestation, isolation, and then the next stage is full manifestation. And so what happened was I was shocked that they did it. They revealed themselves to this girl. And so what happened was the entity has his mouth open, and she looks over her shoulder, looks back at the phone, looks back, she says, "I see him," like that. And you can see the fear in her. All of a sudden, off the reflection of the TV, as I'm filming, right, I see something coming up beside me. So I take my phone, I turn it directly to my left, floor level, right there beside me, as if a child just walked up to me. This demon, I've seen him before inside this house, and he's white. He looks like Powder from the movie Powder. He's solid white. He has brown pants on. He's really skinny, and he crawls exorcist style right up to me, hands and feet though. Crawls right up to me, black eyes, and I know that. Don't ever look at entity in their eye when you're filming them. You high chance you're going to become possessed. I looked at him, but I didn't. I was more in shock of what was happening. In his eyes and everything. I didn't look in his eyes. And so I'm sitting there, and I turned the phone, and I said, "Crystal." And when she looked over my shoulder and she seen that thing, she death grabs me around my neck. "John, I want the fuck out of this fucking house. I want the fuck out of this fucking house." And now I'm panicking. I got real action happening. This ain't no review of footage shit. This shit's happening around me. I got demons crawling around me. And so, and then now I got this crazy girl that's latched on my neck, and I don't know what's going to happen now. My next thing is I got to get her to let me go so I can stand up. I said, "Crystal, let go of my neck." And she's squeezing. "John, I want to," she's tearing up, and she's like, "John, I want out of this house now." And so I said, "Just let my neck go so I can stand up." And so I stood up. She's still hugging like behind my neck. And so I instead of walking out the door where she thought I was going to do, me because I'm so far into this stuff because of what I've experienced. I'm trying to capture the best every time, no matter if my life's at risk. And so I'm sitting there, and man, this is what happened. You know the movie from The Conjuring? Not The Conjuring, The Ring.
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Every horror movie has a touch of truth in it. It came from somewhere. So all of a sudden, so she's got a hold of my neck. I walk up instead of walking out to the out of my bedroom door. I walk up to the as I'm looking at my TV, the left side. I go up to the left side of my TV and I turn around. Now there's a dude. I call him Shaggy. I caught him a picture of him under my bed one time. My bed was vibrating, shaking, so I just leaned down, snapped a picture, and I got a dude up under my freaking bed coming up out of my floor, looking right into my phone. I sent that picture to my sister. My sister's a school teacher, okay? My sister is very sane, very, very logical thinker. And when I sent it to her, she goes, John, who's that? Like that. Why'd you send me a picture of this? And I said, I don't know who he is, but he's under my bed. And she goes, oh my God. She says, John, you need to get out of that house. But I became obsessed with this house. And so everything I was going with legally, what I was going through, this world inside this house opened up to me. And what happened was, okay, so the woman, okay, so now I'm standing beside the TV, she's behind me.
Okay.
Remember, okay, the movie The Ring, where that girl crawls out of the freaking well, out of the TV, she's wet.
Yep.
I capture this entity. I know that this is the same entity that the stories are written about. This entity, this woman, this girl, she's probably about 5 foot, 4'8", 4'9" ish. She's okay. So the Nazi dude, the Nazi looking dude,
Mm-hmm.
and the shaggy dude. Okay, the shaggy looking guy. I've never seen his full body before, but he was very oblong. He had a real long torso. He's probably about 8 foot tall, but his legs were probably about as up to my waist. I'm only 5'10", so he had normal legs. He was real skinny, but the upper torso was like super long. Him and the white looking the demon, they lean over, they go up under my bed. This is captured on video.
Wow.
This is what's in there. We got to access this. I got to get into this.
Hey.
And so, sorry?
No. That is I gotta process this, man.
Yeah, trust me, I've lived with this.
I gotta process this.
Man, I'm telling you, man, what Jesus preached in the Bible, man, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities in high places, man. He's talking about spirits. That's all. And there ain't one religion out there that denies the spiritual realm. Not one that I know of. And I've studied every freaking religion. But I have the woman came up. That woman, she comes out on the opposite side of the bed. When those two entities went up under my bed, this woman comes out. Okay, and so as I'm looking at them over my phone, they're staticky in form, like the Predator, the movie The freaking Predator. You couldn't see him until he moved. That type deal. A shimmer. It's a shimmer. And so that's what, as I look at my phone, I'm looking at this girl. I'm looking at her. 100% manifest. I'm looking right through my phone. She's there. Somehow the digital phones that we have is able to pick up on that frequency, especially when they lower the vibration, because they operate at a very high vibration. And it's not until they lower the vibration that we were able to see them inside of our physical spectrum.
You are so intelligent in this, man. Like, and
Man,
so
I
well
studied a
versed
lot.
and educated. You ready to get this thing going?
Man, I'm ready. Man, I thank you what you're doing and stuff, man. And it's getting the layman story out there. People that really aren't really heard and stuff like that, man. They had the most amazing stories and stuff like that.
You're exactly right, man. And you're a part of that, man. I thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Going. You have a great night, and we'll be getting this out to everybody. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You take care.
Bye bye. You too. Bye bye.